What's up everyone, I'm the Geek and welcome to another video. It has been a while, but I am in a different place because I've had to move and I hate everything now because I'm not living on my own. I'm having to live with family again, which is not fun. But we're coming back to a video of D&D. Alright then. Monsters of the Multiverse. Is this one that I like? Yeah. And no. See, Monsters of the Multiverse is a bit of a mixed bag for me. I will... If you... Hold on. Oh, I didn't realise it started recording again. So, if you look into what's in it, a lot of it is basically reprints, and essentially, every single character race that's in this book, none of them are original. They are all from other previous things that have been printed or published. Now, here's the issue I have. I'm just going to go through all of these, right? So, because I've got the D&D Beyond there, where all the races and whatnot are on there, and I've got the book here. So, you've got the Satyr, which was in Theros, so that Theros version is no longer the one that you would use. The you've got the Aarakocra from, in fact, let me just close that. You got the Aarakocra from Elemental Evil Player's Companion. Goliath from Elemental Evil Player's Companion. I swear to God, I've got the Goliath, and it was in Volo's Guide to Monsters. What? Because I do not have Elemental Evil Player's Companion, but I have the Goliath in that. Yeah. So, Volo's Guide. Yeah, we've got the Goliath in this, which for some reason it's saying isn't in Volo's. Similar to Aarakocra, I believe? No, Aarakocra isn't. I don't know what Aarakocra, Genasi, and Goliath. I have all... Alright, I've got all of them in a book somewhere, and I don't know which book it is, but I don't have an Elemental Evil Player's Companion. I don't know if that's a book or if that's just a published, or if that's just a thing, you know? But now Elemental Evil Player's Companion is no longer worth getting, it seems, because all three of them have been completely revamped in Monsters of the Multiverse. And it seems like it's going the same for Volos, because you got Aesamar, Bugbear, Furball, Kenku, Hobgoblin, Goblin, Kobold, Lizardfolk, Orc, Yuan Ti, Triton, and Tobacco. Yeah, no, everything from Volos is reworked now. Now, here's an interesting one that I am actually a fan of them putting in the book, and that's the Turtle, because that's not a published book. The Turtle I haven't found in a published book. It was in a little package. It was in a little specific thing for, I believe it was maybe for a specific adventure or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's a good thing. I'm glad that they've put in. Because that's new stuff essentially for a lot of people that can't. Like myself, I don't like buying PDFs. If I can help it, I will get a physical book. So the Turtle being there is fantastic. You got the Changeling has been completely revamped. The Shifter's been revamped. Gith have been revamped. Minotaur has been revamped. I'm gonna be honest. The artwork for the Minotaur in the new one is really. In fact, I'm gonna get it up because it's actually, I do not like it. It looks too. So just get this up because I actually need to show you this because it's just. Yeah, there we go. It does not exemplify a Minotaur in my eyes. That does not look like a Minotaur to me. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. Like, the classic Minotaur picture that they used in Ravnica or Ravnica. I don't know how you meant to pronounce it, but the picture they used for that looks fucking awesome because it's a fucking Minotaur. But yeah, Acquisitions Incorporated, yeah, cool. Now here's the ones that I think should have been included, because there were two races, official races, I believe, that have not been put into Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes. Mordenkainen's Monsters of the Multiverse. And I don't know why, because that it would have actually just been a benefit to put them in, because they've not been in any published books. And those are the Locathar and Grung, because again, those are two races, not necessarily Locathar, but I would actually want to play Grung. It's an interesting character race. I would happily play that. It's just, they would make sense to rework, because there's some stuff there that could use a rework, like poison immunity is a bit much to gain, especially considering the fact that you also gain amphibious. You gain poisonous skin, which means anything that touches you ends up poisoned, which is fucking mental. Standing leap, water dependency, arboreal alertness. These are all things that you gain. The only downside out of all of these is water dependency, which I'm not against keeping, but all of these things are massively benefited. You're massively benefited from having them. And it could use a rework, because it is a bit strong, in my opinion. But they've not included it in Monsters Multiverse, and I don't know why. The other thing that I feel like is also important to bring up is the bestiary in this book. The bestiary in this book is not great, because there's barely anything new in it. The majority of the stuff in this book, it's reprinted, which is why I'm seeing quite a few people having problems with it. I understand that. I agree with it. And I think it would have just been better if they would just been like, right, if they had come out, I don't know if they did or not, if they just come out and said, look, everything in this book is going to be reprints. If they'd said that off the bat, it would have been much fairer. It's essentially, this book is essentially what you would get in a game where it's like, oh, it's a patch to balance things out a bit more. Except obviously it's a TTRPG, so you can't do that. So this is their format. But they've charged the same price as you would for new content, and it's that I think I have a problem with, and that I think a lot of other people have a problem with. Because I'm just going to open it up to a random page. There we go. Both of these are reprints. The Kraken Priest and Korrid. I've never used either of these in my game so far, because I've only had one campaign actually be finished, and we didn't bother with a Kraken. I did have the idea to use a Kraken, but but like, a lot of it is just reprints, and I saw a YouTuber recently just put a video out, like, it was clearly just to take the piss, and I'm not sure, I do not know how he really feels about it, because the whole thing was a joke. The video that he did was a joke, because it was just, oh, don't worry, but we've got, don't you see the dolphin stat block? I mean, yeah, some of these things are pretty stupid, because it is one of them where it's like, when would a dolphin stat block ever really be used in D&D? And I'm sure there have been some that have been used, but I've never seen them, and I can't think of any scenario that it would be useful other than scouting ahead when you're at sea. However, I would argue a shark would easily be better because, well, you gain the benefits of being underwater and swimming speed and all that. And it's a fucking shark or an octopus. Because risking being caught at that size, it's not exactly like it's stealthy. Less likely to get caught if you're an octopus or a smaller fish, and a lot more able to defend yourself if you're something like a shark. There's no need for a dolphin. Anyway, this was completely irrelevant. I was just mentioning the fact that someone else has mentioned that this book is kind of a waste of time in some ways. And it is, but I'm still happy I've got it because it's convenient to have everything in one place in terms of the races. Even if some of them I do think are not as good. Some of them have been improved, some of them have been not nerfed, just made worse. So, yeah. That's going to be it for me from this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe for more content. I am going to have a second channel. I'm making a second channel. I'm calling it the boring channel because there's stuff I want to talk about and it doesn't fit here. For example, political style stuff. I want to talk about some of it, and why not call it the boring channel? I'm going to maybe put that in the description if I have got that sorted out already. If not, it won't be there. Yep, so that's been it. I've been the Evergeek. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.